Hello and welcome to Monday's programme.
Coming up tonight between now and 6:30.
Good evening. Parts of a housing estate in St Ives remain sealed off tonight after a 10-metre deep mine shaft opened up next to homes.
Experts have spent the day
Live in St Ives for us this evening. So, Grace, quite a worrying find for local people there.
And Grace, there were lots of very surprised people in your report, but it's not the only incident we've seen involving a mine, is it?
Let's move on to other news now. And police in Devon and Cornwall are warning tradespeople to protect their tools after a number of thefts. They're advising people to add extra locks to their vehicles.
The sculptor behind the Willow Man, which has stood beside the M5 for almost 2 decades, says it will have to be demolished if she can't raise enough money to save it.
Organisers of the Lockdown Festival in Exeter say the event won't be happening this year in response to local opinion.
Police are currently searching for a man that they believe to be in possession of an axe in Holsworthy in North Devon. Armed officers were called to the town at around 3 o'clock this afternoon following concerns for the welfare of a man. Police say no injuries have been reported. Next on this evening's programme, a man who's been living in Plymouth since the 1970s says he's now being threatened with deportation because he can't prove he has the right to remain in the UK.
U10 Lindsay was 9 years old when he came to Devon from Jamaica to live with his mother, who'd arrived in the city 5 years earlier. However, he doesn't have a passport and the Home Office has now told him he'll have to leave in 2 years' time.
He's a child of the so-called Windrush generation who have sparked recent political debate. We will have the latest on that in a moment. But first we can speak to Mr Lindsay live from our newsroom. Thank you very much for joining us, U10. You must be incredibly worried about all of this. How's it making you feel?
Well, I will say this, yes.
Well, new Home Secretary Sajid Javid has been facing questions over the Windrush controversy in the Commons. For the latest on that, let's speak to our political correspondent who joins us now from Westminster. David, U10 isn't alone, is he?
No, he's not, Kylie. And
And you're watching ITV News here in the West Country with John T and Kylie. Still to come on tonight's programme before 6:30.
And after us, the ITV News continues with the national and international stories at 6:30 with more on the new Home Secretary. Here's Mary Nightingale with the details.
But first, the organisation which runs Britain's air traffic control system is investing £1 billion in new technology to keep our crowded airspace safe.
Well, it's also announced plans to recruit hundreds more air traffic controllers. Although there's no shortage at Exeter Airport, there are worries not enough young people are considering careers in aviation. Here's Chloe Keedy.
Now it's time for sport, and in rugby the Exeter Chiefs will finish top of the Premiership for the first time in their history.
Well, the reigning champions of England sealed top spot with one game of the regular season left to play thanks to a 4-try win over Sale, as Chris Spittles now reports.
On to football, and Plymouth Argyle go into tomorrow night's match at fellow League One playoff contenders Scunthorpe, knowing a win will move them into the top 6.
The Pilgrims kept alive there.
Now, a young mother from Paynton whose heart stopped after a severe asthma attack has today thanked the paramedics who saved her life.
28-year-old Marie Flynn Fuchs nearly died last December, but because of the quick medical intervention has made a full recovery. Richard Lawrence has the story.
Amazing, they do a great job.
Absolutely amazing story, yeah.
It's been cold, hasn't it? Jonty told me earlier that you put an electric blanket on your bed last night.
I told you that in confidence.
Oh, sorry.
And Alex is here as well. Brilliant. Yeah, not today.
See, I just won't put my heating on, Alex. It's like, it's practically May. It's not
it's
heating
May tomorrow.
time.
I know.
Exactly. Is it going to warm up?
We've had the heating, well, we had the heating on all weekend. Yeah, it's been quite cold. It is going to warm up as we head through the next few days, actually. Temperatures probably like returning more like average.
Alex, thanks very much indeed. Now, before we go, let's remind you of our top story here in the West Country this evening. And after 10 to the close of this evening's programme, I'll have the late news at 10:30.
After the break, the ITV News continues with Mary Nightingale. From all of us here, have a lovely evening. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.